Hi guys, back again with me, Austin, from My Boy at Heart. Experience on Hasbro Marvel Legends series Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Rocket Raccoon and Groot figure. Okay, it's not the big Groot, it's the very tiny little Groot here with the refrigerator custom. Anyway, let's take a look at the packaging first very quickly. Oh, by the way, Rocket was able to stand without the help of its tail, so that's cool. Okay, standard Marvel Legends series Guardians of the Galaxy down here, Rocket Raccoon and Groot. The card, I have the back. Legends series, at this side is Rocket, and this side is Baby Groot, and at the back is the artwork with the bio, of course. Okay. You can pause now if you want to read the bio. One kind of duo, not sure what kind of duo, but one kind of duo. Alright, it's very cool, and I think this is a good version of the best version from Hasbro. Among Hasbro Rocket Raccoon releases, I think in 6-inch scale this is the best. So let's take a look at the figure. Let's start with Groot first, or Baby Groot, or whatever you want to call it, because he's very tiny. He's practically an accessory in my opinion, but he's mentioned on the packaging. It's a statue with no articulation, not even on the head, but actually it's very nice. I think it's a good mold with the this one is the one with refrigerator jacket. So this is a refrigerator style Groot. The mold is actually very nice. You can see the details, even the eyes, all this very small. All the wrinkles on the jackets, and then basically the skin color. Look at that at the back, and I like the one here. If you see on top there, very tiny, but there's a small budding green here, very tiny. I like that detail. So I appreciate that, Hasbro, but I wish they could have made this a bit more articulated. And it's kind of rubbery, the arms, but not really. Very good sculpt, basically. But still, one issue is though, it's already a statue, but it seems to be a bit difficult to make him stand and make it to stand last longer. At first, I have to try, but I already tried hydro treatment and hot water treatment to make his head a little bit to the back, to even the weight to the back, because he always fall to the front. Now Rocket is very cool. This is a much better sculpt wise and pen wise compared to the old one. I mean, look at the face, right? This one is not Rocket. It's like a tame Rocket Raccoon. Okay, Rocket is ferocious, intimidating, although he's small, and this face pretty much captures that. Look at the grin there. Not green, but he looks angry, right? He looks like he wants to shoot you with his big gun. So that's cool, and I love the paint details. Okay, the color, the shading of color, which is awesome. Okay, now this is not the only hat that we are being given. I'll just show you that we are also being given, so this is more like a calm version, but we are also being given this screaming hat. Awesome, and it's very easy. I like the consistency of paint work on both this hat, so we can use it interchangeably in perfect match. To change it's very easy, just a little bit of power needed, and look at that, right? Perhaps it's not the the mouth can be more open, but the detail there is very nice. Look at the teeth. I appreciate that. Hasbro is doing really well on this release. The sculpt is very thick, so it's cool. I thought the ears will be a bit rubbery, but no. And then the body, although very small, I mean it's very much a bit smaller than normal 3/4 inch figure. So I think they are able still to put more details there and articulation. Look at that, it's very nice. This is something new, definitely. I mean, when it was released, this was something new. I like the mold here as well, and of course all across the arms they try their best to emulate how the fur looks like. The tail, bit of shading as well, love that. The pants, sorry about that. The pants, very nice shading. I like that color, and I like the mold, I like the details. So this is really cool version of Rocket Raccoon. The articulation, yes, it is packed with articulation, and not just half to the halfward up, but all across the body. I'll show you. The head is on ball joint, already show you when I change the head. So not much up and down, but you have full rotation. Okay, not bad. We have also a bit of rotation there. Not much of a crunch, but rotation full. We have this is a ball hinge joint, so of course you have rotation, and by adjusting the hinge you get that much upward, that much to the back. Actually the back extension is superb, not like super cool, but actually quite good. And then you get elbow joint. It's a single elbow, but that's fine as long we still get something articulated. Rotation on the elbow. By the way, the figure is quite small, so the joint is probably very small as well. Better be careful, right? And rotation on the wrist. Mind you though that the joint here is very small. I think we have to be careful a little bit, pay a bit of attention. Okay, the tie. Now this is something that Hasbro didn't do on previous Rocket Raccoon figure. This is the statue half down, and I think the comic version as well. I'm going to share to you next time, but we'll see. It is on a ball joint with a bit of opening, so allow you to do this much of a split. Of course you can do front kick and back kick. Back kick not so much because of the mold, but that's okay. There is rotation up here, just like normal Marvel Legends figure. Awesome. The knee is not double jointed, but you get 90 degrees. And lastly, no pivot, there's no pivot joint, or I wish they could have made that here, but no, what we get is a rotation on the ankle, not even upward and downward motion, as you saw just now on the, only so rotation down here, but no pivot, no rock ankle, I mean, and no up and down motion. I wish they could have added that, although it's very small, and because it's very small it tends to pop off easily as well, so that's one of the weakness. I'll try to figure it out how to tighten up but I appreciate that at least they still try with, you know, with all the articulation that's provided here. Oh, by the way, the tail is still articulated, and it's very important. It's kind of a you have rotation basically. Oops. So it's kind of packed, but with a hinge, so you get to rotate it 360, but by adjusting the hinge you get upward and downward motion depending on how you pose it. And this is very cool, I think. In the beginning of the video you already saw that Rocket can stand without the help of this tail, but in case you need it, you still have it, right? So you can just put it up, put it down. That's really cool. For his weapons, Rocket is being given 2 small handguns. This is the first one. They're kind of thin and a bit rubbery, so probably better be careful. But I like the paint on it. Looks metallic but also dirty. Dirty is my favorite, weathered. And this is the other one, a bit bulkier compared to the previous one. All still with the trigger hole, so that's cool. This one is more solid because of thickness. Now both of the palm are trigger palms. So but if I look at the packaging at the back, you know, remember the artwork, this one, the longer one and the thinner one, is being grabbed with the right hand. Okay, just put a trigger finger in there. Okay, it works really nice. It holds as well. Awesome. And this one is on the left according to that picture, which is understandable because if you look at the gap on his hand, then the left one is kind of slightly bigger. So again, this one on the left also works really fine. Now of course the paint is nice, the sculpt is nice on these 2 guns, small guns, but I kind of miss his big guns. You know, I wish we could have a bigger gun. I mean, the weaponry arsenal is one of Rocket's special forte. And I actually tried to use Gamora gun to put it on him, but the grip part here is very, I mean, it's too big for his hand, for his palm, and there's no way. I mean, if we force it, I think he can, but no, I'm not going to force it and break it. And one of the main important point for a Rocket Raccoon figure, personally for me, is the ability to stand on Groot's shoulder, and this figure do just that. The articulation really helps, especially on the legs and the tails. And yeah, I wish he could have held a bigger gun. It will look badass, but this is cool already. The gun will make it even better. But what I want to show is that this figure is able to stand easily. Well, of course, if you want to make it easier, just make the Groot a little bit lean down to the front. That will be helpful. But other than that, this figure is more than capable to do that. Let's scale him up. His standing is below 3 inches even, so probably around 2.75 inch, around that. I can see that. So even for 3¾ inch figure, he's not that tall. And for Groot, he's a bit of a 1 inch, probably about 1.175, 1.1, 1.2. And again, like I said, this little Groot is not very easy to stand. Let's compare Rocket to several other figures. as compared to Drax, Gamora. Oops, sorry about that, Rocket. And Groot, of course, is the tallest among all. It's very small, but a good proportion, I think. This is compared to a Marvel Universe Iron Man. Yeah, even 3/4 inch figure is taller, but I don't mind with that. Okay, I'm okay, perfectly fine. So this figure, I think, is at the moment is is the best Rocket Raccoon from Hasbro. Okay, from Hasbro alone. Of course, there are many others, few others company that has started to make their own Rocket Raccoon as well with articulations. But this is okay. A bit of an issue on the joint on the ankle and the wrist, but that's up. I think it's still fixable. I'll try to fix that. This is very hard to stand. That's the problem, and I wish they could have given us the big guns, right? So thanks guys for watching. I'm Austin from A Boy at Heart. Subscribe the channel, like the video. Goodbye.